So I'm going to introduce the first stand-up for you. Are we excited? Woo! Okay. So the first stand-up is his second time doing stand-up on stage. It's very, very exciting. When I asked him how he wanted me to introduce him, he said, he's kind of okay. So he's kind of okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Chris Green! Woo! Yes, I'm fine.
Yes, hello, I am Chris Green, or as Laura kindly put it, kind of okay. Kind of okay, that's what I'm going for tonight. Nothing amazing, just kind of okay. So, I'm glad so many of you are out tonight to see some comedy on a Monday night of all nights, because, you know, Monday, we're students, we lead busy lives, busy weekends, in which we don't really make time for, you know, laughter. So we can make up for that here. And I think Monday night is probably the best night to come out and have a laugh, because let's face it, if you're anything like me, then your usual Monday night routine will involve being locked in your room at home and crying. That's Monday night. Although I suppose that doesn't apply to everyone. Some people will go to Club XL on a Monday night. Any fans of XL? Yeah, a night there will probably end up with you crying anyway, so what's the difference? Not a fan of XL. I say that I've never actually been. But I've heard the stories from people who have been to XL and have survived XL. Not really the best review, I will say. But to be honest, I feel like a lot of the negative press I hear about XL, it's not really fair. It's just about, it's about clubs in general. And I'm going to admit something to you, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure most of you probably feel the same way. Clubs are horrible places to be in. They are, by every definition of the word, shite. Just horrible. Oh, they're just dingy and there's sweat on the walls, it's just horrible. Oh my god, I fucking hate them. So, have you ever realised that clubs know they're shite and they try to distract you from how shite they are? Think about it, we judge the quality of a club by how much we're distracted by how shite they are. They're always doing these different themes. Like, ooh, we've got traffic light party night, foam party night, 90s night. Come on, just be honest. I want to see a club be honest and just come up to us and say, shit night. Well, maybe that's too general. How about overpriced drinks night? Queuing up 30 minutes to get those overpriced drinks night. Sweat on the walls night. Or my favourite, intensive chicken farm night. Because that's what they are. Ugh. I do kind of like clubs though, to be honest. You never see a sober person in the club having a really great time. I feel like not all the ingredients for a great night are in a club. But that's where house parties come in. I feel like house parties, who would agree with me, house parties are better nights than going out to clubs, yeah? And at my house, we had a house party the other night. And that's a rare occasion for us. We rarely get social in our house. The most social we will get in our house is just our friend Pete coming around and having a nap on the sofa. That's it. What are you doing, Pete? Just napping. Alright, Pete, cool. Nice to see you, Pete. That's the closest we get to a house party in our house. So, the other day, we're planning a house party, although there were some difficulties. Mainly, the living room ceiling fell down. Not during the party, although that would have been awesome. If a bit dangerous. But no, anecdote time. I came home, because I was the poor bastard who discovered the ceiling had fallen down. So, all the plaster, a massive chunk of the plaster in the living room had just fallen down. Dust and plaster everywhere, covering the room. It was horrible. I was the poor bastard who came home and discovered it. I came home, went to my room, I got a pizza box out. There was some leftover pizza in there from last night. I wanted to go through the living room, into the kitchen, to the microwave, and then reheat the pizza. I'm a student, not a 40-year-old bachelor. It's allowed, okay? Don't judge me. So, I walk into the living room. My first thing I spot is the floor. The floor has been discoloured by the dust. So my first reaction was, oh shit, what's happened to the floor? I haven't looked up yet. I look up, I see the hole in the ceiling, I see the plaster and the dust everywhere. I'm just there going, well, this is just the opposite of what I wanted to see. I'm seeing the ceiling on the floor, and I'm just stood there going, ceiling's on the floor, it should be up there, being a ceiling. Instead it's down there, being a bitch. It's in times like these, when we're responding to a crisis, that we realise what kind of person we are. And I realised I'm not very good at responding to a crisis. I was stood there with my pizza box still for a good minute before I realised I won't be needing this. Something else requires my attention here. So, I don't really know what to do, so I phone my housemate. I phone Abby, my housemate. She's got her head screwed on properly, she'll know what to do in this situation. So I phone her, I'm like, hey Abby. She goes, hey Chris, what's up? I go, funny you should say that. She was not that amused when I told her what had happened. She said, alright, I'm coming home, phone the landlord. Sound advice, phone the landlord. Blame him. So I phone him up. He doesn't answer, so I leave a message. And it's probably the most British message I've ever left in my entire life. He's going, hi, Malcolm, because that's his name. It's Chris Green here, because that's my name. It's Chris Green here, one of your tenants, and well, we're having a slight quibble with the old house, a slight pickle with the ceiling. Yeah, the ceiling's fallen down. Now, I'm no expert. You know more about the house than I do. Maybe this is some cool new feature that the house does, and I just don't know about it. Personally, not for me. I've never been lying on the sofa, looking up at the ceiling, going, ooh, what a nice ceiling. I fancy walking on it. But no, if you could please come over, if it's not too much trouble for you, please, thank you, bye. I'm so sorry, I'm British. So, it's in times like this, I'm very stressed. Looking back now, I know the plaster just got old, and it just fell down. But I wasn't really having that. I want to pick that up. We're all looking at you now. A bit awkward, isn't it? Right, back to my story. Where was I? I'm interrupted. Thanks. So, suspicion immediately falls upon my housemate Kate, who lives directly above the living room. Literally, the hole in the ceiling is just a few inches away from where she walks up in her room. So I go up to her, I point this out to her, I'm like, hey, Kate, my lovely housemate, you live directly above that catastrophe right there, so what the fuck have you been doing in your room? She goes, Chris, I haven't been doing anything, it's just natural, the plaster just withered away, and I've just been walking through my room normally. Like, no, you fucking haven't, have you? What have you been doing? You've been jumping in there just all day, every day, just waking up, morning, time for my daily jumps. All day, every day. Have you been training several pet elephants to jump with you? Or have you been practicing your new hobby, that is picking up a bowling ball and dropping it for no fucking reason? Over and over. Or maybe you've been trying to break the Guinness World Record for the largest pile of fat Americans in one room. In which case, I don't blame you, I blame America. So, the dust settles, literally the dust in the living room settles. And I calm down and I try to look on the more positive side of things. Which is kind of hard because we were planning, as I said, we're planning to do a house party this night. And like I said, it's a rare occasion for us, and this wasn't just any house party. This was a bondage house party. Basically what that means is that everyone dresses up with bondage attire. These are the kind of people I live with, alright? So I'm talking like gimp suits and leather and yeah, all that stuff. I'm sure there's someone in the back who you can probably buy some from. So, we had decorations, we had whips and chains and handcuffs just lying about, we had a three-tiered bondage cake. Now, for those of you wondering what that looks like, it's just pretty much a three-tiered cake, but with dildos made out of icing stuck onto it. Try explaining that to the lovely builder who comes along to fix your ceiling. Oh yeah, that's just the three-tiered bondage cake. Would you like a slice of our three-tiered bondage cake? Don't offer him a slice of the three-tiered bondage cake. No one in the history of the world has ever gone, yes, I would like a slice of the three-tiered bondage cake. Ooh, Jesus Christ. So, we didn't want to have to reschedule the bondage party. I mean, a bondage party is not something you would just scrub out the diary. It doesn't really come along very often, unless you're, weird. So, we had to reschedule it. There was no other option. Our house was in no state to host a bondage party, or any party. So it's not every day you get to say the sentence, we're going to have to reschedule the bondage party because the ceiling decided to fucking fall down. So that was a plus. But I guess what I learned from this experience is that always look on the bright sides, always look on the more positive sides. Think about it, it gave me some material here. And we rearranged the bondage party and we had it. And it was weird, but it was really good. It was fun. And I guess it just goes to show that in a metaphorical sense, you can always rearrange the bondage party. I'm going to have that on a t-shirt next time. I'm going to sell them far and wide. I guess, I remember I pulled my housemates away and I said, guys, I know it's very stressful, the ceiling's falling down, but it's going to be fine. Think of the positives. It's just an inconvenience for us. None of us were in there, none of us were hurt. We're here, we're healthy, we're happy, and we're just fine. But we can't really say that for our friend Pete, who was asleep on the sofa at the time. Yeah, things aren't looking too good for Pete right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been amazing. Thank you very much. Good night.